Hey, family. I am Aaron Bull. Happy Monday. Do I got the day right? I've been losing track of days under this quarantine. So today I wanted to take a break and change gears for a moment. Today we're going to be discussing love and relationships. The reason that I wanted to talk about this is because I've learned a lot over the course of my own life and even in my current relationship. I don't claim to be an expert on this subject matter. But I do think I learned some things that may be of use to others. But y'all let me know what you think. As I go through these points, I'm going to give you time to respond in the comments before we move on to the next point. All right, so let's get into it. Make sure I can see my comments. Also, before I get into it, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this video is number one, because I'm regular. I watch a lot of relationship and love experts and stuff, and they get different circumstances that I'm not privy to. So I wanted to give you just a perspective from a regular person, but that's just me. So the first point is to love yourself. I know it's a widely used cliche, but it's true. When you really love yourself, you are less likely to fall for just anything. Loving yourself doesn't mean that you think you're perfect. It means that you know your positives and negatives. Self-love is a requirement before you can genuinely love anyone else. 9 times out of 10, whenever you've been in a bad relationship, if you look back at it, you realize that if you loved yourself better, you would have ended it sooner. Hey, sweetheart. Be yourself. If you want to be loved authentically, then you have to be your authentic self. This is why a lot of couples feel unloved, even though they have actually been shown love. Their significant other is only loving the person that they've come to know. This is also why relationships break down over time. As time passes, people start to reveal who they really are. So if you just be yourself from the beginning, then you'll receive that genuine love for your authentic self. Drinking water. It's my new habit during my quarantine is to drink water. I made excuses for why I wasn't drinking it. So, nevertheless, communication and comprehension. Both of these parts are important. You have to have a partner that actually listens to you, but also understands what you're saying. You can never over communicate with your partner. We've all had that partner where we gave a whole monologue to, and they didn't listen to a word we said. Communication, listening, and comprehension are all critical to a healthy relationship. So with that, not only you should be able to communicate to your partner, and your partner should be willing to listen and comprehend it as well. If you have to re-explain everything you say, it gets a little frustrating. So you have to take that into consideration when you're choosing a partner. Because even if you can do it in the beginning, it's going to get old after a while. So just make sure that you're choosing a partner that you can communicate with and that they understand what you're saying. You want to find commonalities and accept differences. The things that you have in common will create a bond between the two of you, but you also have to accept the differences and try not to change the other person. The differences can be a window into a new perspective. And differences aren't always bad. They could be as simple as taste in music. You may find a new genre that you actually enjoy. Red flags. We've heard it a million times. Do not ignore red flags. Some are deal breakers and some are not. You just have to evaluate it for yourself and determine if they don't fix this thing that's bothering me, can I still be happy? For example, if they put their hands on you once, they'll do it again, and that would be a deal breaker for me. But another example might be smoking. For some, that's a deal breaker. For some, it's not. So you just have to assess the red flags and determine if those are deal breakers for you. And then you have to find your rhythm within your relationship. You have to find a balance that works for your individual relationship. For example, in my relationship, I'm a night owl, he's an early bird. So we have to compromise. Sometimes he stays up a little later, and sometimes I get up a little earlier to catch them, you know. So you just have to find your rhythm and figure out what works for the two of you. Respect their hustle. You can't want a working partner and get mad or frustrated with their schedules, including when they sleep or when they work. There may be times where they're working and you're off, or vice versa. But if you're desiring a particular lifestyle, you have to respect the way they work to provide it. Don't avoid arguments or disagreements. You also don't want to incite arguments either, but you do want to use them as learning opportunities. Arguments are going to happen. They're going to happen in every relationship if you're being open and honest. If there are no arguments, then somebody is just taking L's and not communicating it. But arguments are going to happen. Learn from them. Learn where you have different opinions and learn more about a person's thought process. You can also learn more about their fairness and reasoning skills. And also, after a disagreement, there should be some sort of closure to it so that y'all can move forward. You don't want to move forward holding grudges. You know, like the old saying goes, never go to sleep mad. Rough times show you the character of your relationship. Going through hard times can expose the kind of teammate you have. Hard times could be experiencing the loss of a loved one, loss of a job, change in income, illness, or something, or even something as simple as a bad day. If you encounter a rough moment like this and feel like you can't turn to your significant other, you may need to reevaluate your relationship. But no matter what you face, you should always be able to count on your partner. Social media and relationships. Because social media plays a large part of our daily lives, it will inevitably play a part in our private relationships. It's up to individual couples to determine the level of mutual interactions on social media platforms. But whatever you decide, it should always be respectful and never involve entertaining the opposite sex. Unconditional love versus unconditional commitment. There's a huge difference between these two. Unconditional love does not require unconditional commitment. And unconditional commitment is really unhealthy. You know, that means that you're going to be willing to put up with anything for the sake of love. Like, no, you have to have limits. Many people think that these are the same things. Like, I will love you no matter what you do, but there are limits to what I'll put up with. This confusion is how so many people end up stuck in a long-term and bad, unhealthy relationship simply because they love their partner. There's a difference between unconditional love and unconditional commitment. You can unconditionally love someone and choose not to be with them any longer because it doesn't love you. I mean, that love isn't good for you. You know what I mean? And love has no boundaries, but people do. If you love them, show and tell them often. Never forget to show your love and appreciation. Even if you have been together for years, never stop showing and telling him or her how much you love them and how much they mean to you. They may already know it, but I promise you, it never gets old. And the last point, trust. We all know every relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, familyship, whatever, it has to have a level of trust. And you have to protect that trust. Part of building trust and maintaining it is to be honest. So that goes back to the first or the second point. You know, be your authentic self. Be honest about what you're feeling. Be honest about your intentions, what you want to do, where you want to go with this relationship. You know, not everybody's actually dating for marriage. Not everybody's dating long term. It's just something to fill the gap. But trust is going to play a part in that regardless. And you know, of course, every relationship is different and there is no one size fit all approach to relationships. But you have to know yourself and you have to know your partner. Keep everything between y'all and don't let anyone on the outside impact what you got going on the inside. And that's pretty much all that I got. Let me get this out of the way. But anyway, so like I said, you know, I really just wanted to take a break from everything that's going on in the world right now. I know it's a lot of heavy things going on. So I wanted to do just a different spin, take a break from it, you know, and talk about something different. So that's my thoughts and opinions on love and relationships. I was hoping to have some participants to get your opinions. One of the things that I didn't talk about was infidelity and cheating, so I'll talk about that. You know, that goes back to the last point, though, is trust. Like, if you are choosing to be in a monogamous relationship with both people understanding that cheating is a violation. You know, I mean, and if you feel like you need to go outside of your relationship for something you're not finding on the inside, that's more work that you need to do on the inside or more evaluation. You know, I mean, if you're not getting satisfied at home and it's a long term, because everybody's going to have a bad day. You know, you're going to have a day where for whatever reason, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed, maybe both of you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You got, you know, existential things that are impacting your relationship. So it may not be smooth. It's not going to be smooth sailing all the time. But when you have a partner where both of you have the long range vision, you know that this is who you want to be with and you want to make it work, then you're going to fight to do that. But that is pretty much all that I have. As always, you know, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, invite your friends to the channel. Just an update with the channel. So right now we are up to 240 subscribers. Y'all know I'm trying to reach 1,000 by the end of the year. So over the past month, we've gotten about 30 new newcomers to the channel. So thank you for that. Also, make sure that you hit the notification bell and click on all, because if you just hit the notification bell once you subscribe, it's going to go to personalized. So you may not get the notifications for when new videos come out or when I'm doing a live. But that's pretty much all I got, guys. I'm not going to hold you for too long. As always, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And also during this unprecedented time that we're in, number one, please stay safe, stay home, stay sanitized, look out for one another. And, you know, special shout out to everybody, all the essential workers, truck drivers, healthcare workers, grocery store workers, gas station workers, all of those people that are forced to work during this pandemic right now. So I hope y'all have a great day. Stay safe, stay sanitized. See you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. I am Erin Bull.